Ashley?
Here.
Robert? Myself? Everybody will please stand and remove your hats.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda. The agenda that we have before us today is the complete opposite of the agenda for Thursday's workshop.
There are certain things that we do have to follow tonight though, so we can get everybody sworn in.
The approval of the agenda is next, so I am making the motion, the agenda's not correct for me, so that's why I'm making the motion to amend the agenda. I mean, look back in the last year, we don't even have the police department, the fire department, I mean, nothing's on this agenda, so. I'm making a motion to amend the agenda to have it correctly, what Thursday's agenda, what it was supposed to be. Cause I never even received a copy of this to post on our Facebook page, so, yeah. And if you look back at our agendas for the last year, I mean, police department, fire department, city superintendent, park cemetery, city clerk, utility clerk, everything's on there and it's not on this one. So I just don't know I'm just a little confused.
Well, that section would be under for approval of, it would be under like the reports and things like that. But I don't think we need to go into all of that, we just need to keep the agenda the way that it is.
Okay, so I made a motion, he seconded it, and you're refusing it?
We need to stay on track with what we've got.
And obviously we're disagreeing, the agenda's not, I mean, there's not, I'm a little confused by that.
Technically, the only one that's supposed to approve agenda before it goes on the board, up on the wall or on Facebook or to the public should be the mayor.
Okay, so can you tell me why, police department and all that's not on here? When it's been on, like, this has been our agenda for the last year, and now this is our agenda, like, that's a huge difference. Like, we just got rid of police department, fire department, city superintendent, like, we just got rid of all that.
Right.
Like, Robert had something on his, and it's just all gone, so I'm just a little confused. I understand you're the mayor, and I respect you with that position. I'm just trying to understand, like, as a board, like.
In her defense, had I had more training, I would have known to put all that. But when I got her outline, I strictly went off that, so it's not completely her fault.
That's why I'm making a motion to amend it, so it's correct. Can you give us legal guidance on this?
Yeah, I mean, you all certainly have the right to amend the agenda. I think that if you're gonna amend the agenda though, you need to specify, and I don't have a copy of Thursdays, but I don't need to.
Okay.
I just think that whatever you want to amend to add to the agenda, I think you need to be clear about that so that you all then can have a proper vote once the discussion is over in order to vote about what is being added to the agenda that's not currently on there.
Okay.
So I think I would recommend being specific about each of those items, and then as presented, then I think you all can take a vote on, what those items are.
Okay, I am referring to the police department, fire department, city superintendent, park cemetery, city clerk, utility clerk, Robert's wanted to discuss making a, state audit. I mean, that's not on here, so that's what I'm referring to. to be put on today's agenda to discuss. So that's my motion.
We can definitely probably add those to the bottom of our list. Before we go into closed session, that should be fine. Let's just go ahead and get all the other lists approved and everybody sworn in and everything taken care of first.
Okay, so as long as it's on the list, I'm okay with that.
So y'all probably need to take a vote to approve amending the agenda as presented.
Robert? Sorry. Me? Aye. Amber?
ahead and make a motion to approve the minutes for March, as well as the monthly reports.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, Robert?
Aye.
Ashley?
Aye.
Lisa?
And we still have no closed session minutes in our reports.
Yeah, I didn't receive any closed session minutes in my packet either.
Do you have a copy of those? Ms. Evans? And I'll put one under the door for you. If you get into the office, one of the doors, okay.
Could have been when inside got hired.
Let's see where you're coming in.
Laundry. It's dangerous stuff. Yeah. Guess I got too comfortable just chucking down my stairs all the time. Use the rain. So I lost it. I literally just got out of emergency room before I did get my laundry done before I went to that part of the split.
That'd be great. All right. So the election results are
Can
on.
we have just a minute?
Oh, yeah,
Can
sorry.
we- Okay, this isn't correct. So I'm going to make a motion to amend closed session minutes because this isn't what was discussed in there. And this is, no notes were taken during any closed session.
Just since it's closed session meeting minutes, I
Right.
Okay,
probably ought to be discussed in closed session.
Okay.
So you can not approve the meeting minutes and you all can talk about it in closed session, but I wouldn't recommend you talking about closed session meeting minutes in open session.
here's my, I don't feel like I'm protected going back into closed session. Without a third party taking proper notes. Nobody has ever taken notes in the last year, and so what's being wrote about us isn't correct. So where do we go from there when it's false information? How do you?
I'm not going to talk about closed session meeting minutes in open session. I'll be happy to give you all counsel and advice in closed session about those issues, but I will not talk about it in open session.
Okay.
But it can be released to the public without being voted on.
You all have to approve closed session meeting minutes, just like you all have to approve
Exactly.
regular session
And
meeting
we
minutes.
never seen any closed session minutes, and you released them.
They were really, that's our issue is as board members, we don't feel protected because false information was released to the public. Closed session was released without being approved and without us even knowing what was wrote about us. So that's our frustration. It was sunshine, people that came in and requested it, and people from the
And the
city
only
have
thing they
received
got
this.
was your redacted version.
Yeah, and it was released, and we weren't even able to see it and make whether that information is true or not true. That's where we're a little,
That's why I'm suggesting to you that it would be helpful for that to be discussed, not in open session.
That's gonna be an issue.
Pardon?
That's gonna be an issue.
I mean, y'all don't have to follow my advice, but, you know. Y'all have to each make your own decision about what you think the appropriate course of action. My only concern is, unless the board votes to release, approve meeting minutes, whether open or closed, and if they're closed, unless the board votes to release them, that is an issue that I have concerns for the board about, and so that's why I'm saying that.
How did they get released? Even redacted.
Like I said already, I think that it is imprudent to discuss that in open session. I'm happy to talk to y'all about that. I'll talk to y'all one-on-one about it or in closed session, but I think that it is.
can we do that before we move any farther?
Sure, it's on the agenda, and you can move it up in the agenda and talk about it.
Okay, I would like, since you're the mayor, can you go, you wanna make the motion, or is it okay if I make it? We would like to discuss this with Tim.
Okay, the only thing for closed session was for litigation.
This could be litigation.
Well, no, it's for litigation is the shorthand, though. 610-021 subsection 1 talks about litigation, communication with the board and its attorney. So, I mean, I think that in fairness, it covers both of those subjects.
So can we go into closed session to speak with our attorney, please?
I'll second it.
Under 610-021 subsection 1.
Okay, I would like to make a motion under 610, section 1, to go into closed session to meet with our attorney.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Robert?
Aye.
Ashley?
Aye.
So,
May and June workshops. And all department heads, please have your packet information together. So you can put together the packet to hand out at the workshop. And everything's in it, and we don't have, all we have to do is just glance through it and move on. We're not gonna sit and discuss and all of that, okay? Cool. Mr. Elliott, are you needing to go into another closed session for the litigation, or are you finished for the evening?
It's up to you all.
If it's necessary, we need to do that. It's next on the agenda, that's why.
There's one issue that I'm aware of that y'all may need to discuss, and my understanding is that y'all are wanting to talk to me, but that's up to you all.
Okay, hold on one moment and we will do that. Since I know the agenda was a little bit off kilter today, is there anybody else that has anything that they need from us at this board meeting? Which I think you do, yes.
Yeah.
Can you come up here so I can hear you, if you would, please? See them.
I honestly think that it would be kind of beneficial to everybody right now if the previous staff was reinstated for even for a short period of time, just to help out with some things. And that's where I'm at with that. Pretty much what
And then did you get all your approval to do your DNR classes?
I have the packet that I needed, have signed off by you.
Okay.
I
Did you
also,
discuss it at one of the prior meetings
the,
with the board to go to the classes?
no.
Okay. Proceed.
So I do need to get, I guess, approval for that to
Yes.
go to all my classes. I'm also doing online classes that aren't costing the city anything, which will help further my hours and get me done sooner.
And these are through the DNR official?
The DNR official website, yep, they're all virtual.
So I believe what he's asking is that he would like to use the vouchers that we received from Missouri DNR to pay for his DNR classes, and to authorize the mayor to sign the documents so that they can be used. Yes. So we need a motion.
I'll make the motion for the mayor to sign the vouchers to continue, to get his certifications.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We need a motion to go to closed session.
Let's go closed.
Do it right.
I motion for closed session.
There's been a motion made to go to closed session for state statute code 610.021, number 1, litigation. Roll call, please. Shannon?
Gary, yeah, here.
Aye. Yes. Amber Winkler?
Yes.
Robert Thomas? Ashley Albright?
I'm going to opt out of this one. Thank you.
So that's a no?
No.
Okay. We're going to closed session. Hopefully it won't be too long. You're welcome to stick around. We'll be back in open session as soon as we are finished.
Roll call, Ashley?
Here. Okay, I will make a motion to approve the amended closed session minutes from March 7th, 2024. And in that, we ask that it be sent to everybody that received the closed session that was not approved by the board with the new minutes.
Roll call, Ashley?
Aye.
Robert?
Aye.
Yourself, no? All right, so can we move on? Ready? Okay, approval of the election results. We only had enough candidates to fill the position, so we did not have to have an election this year. And so, we would like to go ahead and swear in our new mayor, Tracy Mason, a North Ward Alderman Gary Shannon, South Ward Alderman Robert Thomas, and then our treasurer Brandon Graves. And get him sworn in later.
Are you gonna have Heather do the swearing in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do this all at the same time. Yeah, it is, no, just,
I'll shake hands so we can get Rick.
Take you out.
Yeah, that one has a spike on top of it.
Oh, I have to hold my hand up.
yes, you do.
It'll help them have their heart anyway.
You can just say I and state your name, and then let's go 1, 2, 3, and then read it, and then they can say I do, and be done.
Say my name or your guys' name.
Alright.
Okay, so, I, Gary Shannon,
I, Gary Shannon,
I, Tracy Mason,
Robert Thomas.
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
Do solemnly
swear to support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the state of Missouri, and the ordinances of this city,
the state of Missouri, and the ordinances of the city
of Humansville,
of Humansville,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and skill diligently and faithfully,
and skill diligently and faithfully,
without partiality
without partiality
or prejudice,
or prejudice,
discharge the duties of the office of
discharge the duties of the office of
North Ward Alderman,
Mayor
Southwood.
in and for the city of Humansville, state of Missouri,
and for the city of Humansville, state of Missouri,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of said state.
and laws of said state.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
You're gonna have to duck.
Yeah, you take your stuff.
that was big on how, yeah, that's gonna be scary. Shut up on the end.
Right, you're not up there. Very well.
Duck your head.
Yeah, I grew it up.
Welcome, guys.
He's already fallen down the stairs once, I don't know.
So, the next order of business is the appointment of the acting president of the board. Do we have any nominations?
I can continue to do it since I'm already on all the records and stuff.
So we have a motion from Amber to keep herself as president of the board. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Now,
So to break a tie, the mayor has the vote. I vote aye. Congratulations, you continue.
Thank you.
Next agenda item is the bank signature documents. Who is on them currently?
Heather and I.
Just the two?
Yes. Oh, wait. And Sophia, because I needed minutes. Signed and taken care of.
Right.
To be able to send over to Allison at the bank.
Correct.
Sophia is still on there currently.
So, we have Heather and Amber correct on there.
Mm-hmm.
Motion for anyone else to be on there, there needs to be at least 3. Usually it's the mayor. But it needs to be in motion form.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to add Mayor Tracy Mason to the banking.
Second,
Second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next item, citywide garage sale and cleanup days. Has there been any discussion on this at all?
so that was what I had in my section on the Thursday's, thing. Tina?
Yes.
You had, me and you have briefly talked, what was the date that you had heard from the community?
Well, not really heard from the community, but I checked around and like Southwest Missouri Highway 54, the 100-mile long they're actually doing it in June and August to September. Bolivar Citywide is April 27th that weekend. Stockton Citywide is May 24th through the 25th. We were thinking maybe because Life Church is doing Summer Bash on May the 18th, which is a Saturday. We were thinking maybe that Thursday through Sunday or whatever you guys kind of decide.
Is this something that the chamber might do in the future? plan around this and go ahead with
Oh,
it?
so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do like an events, like what's happening in Humansville, not around, just in Humansville, because we're trying to draw people here. And so we are posting it, you know, on our Facebook page and just trying to get everybody to share that. It is a public page where the chamber was just a private, which it makes, you know, nothing ever happened there. Anyway, so this is the Humansville Chamber / Fall Festival information page that we have. That way people can share it. That way we can draw people in. And I think once before when we had our yard sale, we didn't have a lot because the surrounding communities that are bigger than ours were having theirs. And so those are kind of like the three things that are kind of happening in our general area.
And last year we posted, where the city's the one that we had decided, and we had posted on the Facebook page. I made the event, I made a flyer. We asked that people call up here or shoot me a message to give me the addresses, and then we posted. I had posted all the addresses and everything. The Facebook page updated with the event and
So
addresses where you could find them.
Did you have a date that you had in mind?
I mean, I think that would be a perfect date.
Date specifically?
The 17th through the 19th of May. Just because I think it would be, like Tina said, a great opportunity because we're going to have a lot of people come in for the free summer bash. So anytime we could.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's huge. He gives away like Branson tickets and all kinds of stuff.
So we will need a motion, maybe two, depending on how it's phrased, to have the cleanup days May 17th through 19th, and then.
No, we're talking citywide garage though. We're not talking cleanup day.
Yeah.
Sorry, garage sale.
Yeah.
Sorry, misspoke. During the summer bash, May 17th to 19th, and then do you want to direct Alderman Albright to work with the chamber to develop the same processes that he did last year? Is somebody gonna make that motion?
I'd like somebody to make that motion, yes.
Okay. Alderman Shannon has made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Well, we can only say, I want to say.
There is a second part to that. The community is asking about a cleanup after kind of.
On the agenda.
Oh, okay. Good. That way I can make that.
Question for that is, in the budget from last year, did you have a budget line item for cleanup?
We didn't do a cleanup last year.
So it probably didn't get included in that.
We discussed it, but that was as far as it went with discussion. I know we
They
had.
have a big pile out there that they wanted to do something with before we add to it.
The burn pile? Oh, yes, that does need a permit.
Because I know we had reached out.
Who's in charge? Would that be you or the new guy to burn pile?
Me.
Is it, too large for a permit yet, or is there something that we can get for the permit for the burn?
It's got the fire department.
I think it's gonna be a little bit too big for that, so we
We're
may
gonna have to divide it in half and maybe do two sections. Would you be available to get the information out, and maybe bring it to the next meeting so you can get that organized, or go ahead and organize it? That'll take care of the brush problem. Then maybe do a cleanup after that brush is taken care of. Cause we can do them all the way into fall, it's still good weather.
Oh, absolutely. We
And then
can.
we can do a budget amendment to take a look at the numbers. Agreed? Okay,
Yeah, I think we
Thank
probably
you,
get some
Mr. Keller.
dumpsters in and-
yes, I think that'll work. Tina, would you be, maybe when we get this thing rolling, maybe the chamber could help with some of those discussions as far as getting volunteers and things like that to help with whatever it is that we're gonna do, cause I have no clue yet. Okay.
Yeah, and we're talking about like the list of items that will
Yeah,
be
maybe,
picked up.
what
And
we will not take, things like that will have to be posted on the Facebook page and that, but we will develop that list later,
Okay,
probably when we do a budget for that.
okay.
Okay, so speaking of the budget, when would you like to review this budget and how up to date is the current budget?
Well, it was set before to do it, what, June,
Yeah,
Right.
we had decided June.
to do the half year.
We had talked about doing it during our Thursday night meeting in June, which would be the 6th, our workshop.
Mm-hmm. Is everyone busy in May where they couldn't do it there? Or maybe later in May, skip the workshop in May and then go to a later meeting in June and have a huge budget meeting?
My schedule.
June is a lot of vacation people, is what I was thinking, and everybody's working, and a budget meeting is gonna last 6 to 8 hours, so maybe 2 would be needed. Cause I know just about everybody works, and I know you worked on the dusk most of the time, so.
Can we,
And I don't wanna infringe upon your business.
if we split it up, can we split it up between May and June's workshop? Instead of adding an extra day, can we just add it onto that and do half and half?
Yeah, as long as the workshop items are very, very short, and maybe just have the packets handed out at that time, and not discuss really anything else, just have the packets ready to go, then the budget meeting, because that's gonna take. Need a motion to come back into open session, please?
Motion.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, or roll call?
Aye.
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 Okay, discussion only in the closed session, so unless somebody has anything else that they positively have to have at this meeting, I need a motion for the adjournment.
No, we made a motion at the beginning to go over everything that was gonna be on there, and it was approved, so don't we need to go back to that? To go off our Thursday's night agenda, we made that motion in the beginning,
That motion did not pass,
it was 2-1.
2-1, that means the motion did not pass. It needs to be more than 2.
The motion would have passed because there was a quorum of 3.
Yeah.
and a majority of the
Yeah.
quorum.
It's a majority of the board,
And there was only 3 of the board members.
it's a majority of the board.
Or you're gonna make me look it up, aren't you?
Yeah, you can look it up.
If you're not asking me though, I won't look it up. Are y'all asking me?
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
please.
Apparently somebody is.
So I think for the board to adopt a ordinance, it requires a majority of the elected board members, but a simple motion has to pass by a majority of those present, is my understanding. And I consulted a couple of sources, state statute under the chapter regarding fourth class cities. I also cheated a little bit and also tried to take a look at MU extensions rules on fourth class cities, which is pretty good, just gut check. So I can look into it more. I'm not trying to cause dissension amongst the board. I
No.
just wanted to be fair-handed about that.
Yeah, if you can double check, that'd be great, and then I can, look through our MML books and see for that too.
And that's where I was gonna go next, if everybody wanted me to.
Okay, so, am I still one of your agendas, cause there's not one in my packet. Thank you. Gary, do you need one? Thank you very much. So, let's see here. We already did the minutes and the financial statements and stuff. All of those were included in the reports. Police department report, Chief Snow, you handed us those the other day. Does anybody have any questions for Chief Snow on his report?
Would you like to go over?
They're pretty, I mean, it's chartered stuff. I mean, if you have questions, I can answer anything, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just on the, I have no agenda requests or anything, so.
Who is doing the city superintendent reports? Do you have anything else other than what's already been discussed?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Mr. Keller? We will need a motion to transfer from revenue to the operation and maintenance accounts and loan payments. That's the $14,000, if you want to get specific about it.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to transfer the 14,000 from the revenue or WWSS to O&M.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Utility clerk, which we don't have. Heather, do you have that?
Rob Ross on English Street, he had a fire, they cleaned up and are ready for a new tenant, and they would like the 20.
Nope, I'll get with Tina and we'll work on that. The only other thing that I do have, I just want to let you guys aware, August meeting, I will not be here for the workshop or the, official meeting. I will be gone on vacation, so I will be unable to attend in August.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know. Alderman Thomas?
Yeah, state audit people asked for 2 years. I think it's time. We can't say we don't have the money because we wasted money. Years. We can't say we don't have the money because we wasted money on a lot of other things.
How's the progress going with the internal audit that was scheduled? Heather?
They sent a list of documents that they could not find. I had them print out. I don't remember if I gave them to Amber or not, but they did leave a list, and I got a bill, and they're supposed to be back.
Right, they'll finish up their audits.
Yeah.
KPM is a very good company.
So they've definitely been here, but they're not done.
Right. It's gonna take them a little longer because it was behind by so far.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to address this after we get the KPM audit back? Because they'd probably be able to answer a lot of the questions that are out there. And did they do an exit interview with you, or did they pick somebody else to do that with? Did they do any interviews yet? Okay, then they'll be back to do those. Do you wanna speak to them when they come in?
Well, I can, but it's still.
Yeah, they'll make an appointment date, and then, you know, you can ask them all kinds of questions, and they'll let you know what they think, and then you can still move on if you want to. Is that something that would be appropriate?
Yeah.
Just wait until we get that final result first, and then, because you can move forward with this anytime.
Yeah, I mean, if not, we can always do a petition for audit.
For sure, sure. But that way, if the KPM has some questions that they can't answer, then it's a lot easier to push forward. Because if they can answer the ones that you want answered, you know,
I haven't had a lot of frustration
well,
on one side of it, so.
yeah, we can work on that. If that's okay with you. And you can always push this forward. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying, can you wait until the KPM audit comes back?
I'm just gonna make a motion for state audit.
We have a motion to do a state audit.
I'm gonna second the motion.
We have a motion and a second for a state audit. We need a roll call vote on this. Robert? Amber?
No.
Gary?
Not at this time, no.
Ashley?
Yes.
So we have a tie again. Not that I don't disagree with Alderman Thomas, but I would like to wait until the KPM audit comes back before I would like to move forward with this. So for now, then I would vote no. Emergency management director here. Tax collector, no, he's not here. Mr. Elliott, do you have anything else for us?
You want me to follow up after the meeting about my additional research here, or are we good?
Oh, sure, yeah, that's fine. We have ordinances, have they been posted, are they current, what's
You
Something,
looked at the ordinances?
I have not, I've not seen them posted.
Nobody's giving me anything to post.
this was something that we had discussed or started to.
Oh, it's still in discussions then?
Well, like over a
Okay.
year ago, we
We're
were all
supposed to go
trying,
over
yeah, to get them together so that they were,
Okay. Heather, can you get some drafts of our current ordinances, and if we don't have any, would you bring a couple or two or three from other municipalities, what they have in place? And have them at the workshop, and then we can go over them there and see if there's something that, in there that we like, that we can send to Mr. Elliott and have him review,
Okay.
okay?
Ordinances.
On the camping and the property cleanup. I know we have current ones for property cleanup. If you go ahead and send them over to Mr. Elliott and have him review them to see if they're up to standards, that would be great. Okay. Any other new business?
guys?
Not until I can delve into some of the concepts.
I understand,
I
okay.
would like to.
Hmm?
Maybe possibly get a second workshop meeting this month.
You wanna, yes, what would you like to discuss about?
Well, that'll be something I'm gonna have to find in the next 3 or 4
Okay,
days.
does anybody have any specific times or dates that we could come to another, a workshop or anything if Mr. Schumer gets it clear? I know.
All the time.
Not during daylight hours, right?
It don't matter anymore. We got lights.
We would try to make it during the time that you're free or at least partially free. Do you wanna just have him kind of decide what he wants on it and then decide a date, if that's okay? Ashley, we can send you like 2 or 3 dates and then pick and choose?
Yeah, my Mondays are pretty free depending, I mean, yeah, just pick a couple days
Okay,
and send
pick
it
a
to
couple
us.
of odd dates and.
Wednesdays are usually the best for
Sounds
me,
like
but we can
It's
work around
raining?
it.
Yeah, when it's raining.
Yes, yeah, so, yeah, that would be great, if you can kind of tell us what it is that you wanna do and then come up with some dates, okay?
I figure I have a few days, so I'll try to get something together by the first of the week and then maybe something
All right, that sounds like a
that you
plan.
guys can play with.
Motion to adjourn?
I'm motioning.
Motion to adjourn. Meeting's adjourned.